What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So we're gonna go ahead and film having my child right over here on the couch. So I'm gonna go ahead and quickly go through the product that I've used on my face so far. I went ahead and moisturized today with Josie Maran Whipped Argan Oil Face Butter. I have lately been really loving this. I need to try something new. This is right here, Amazing Cosmetics Illuminate Primer Highlighter in Glow. And I'm really excited about this, and I wanted to go ahead and give that a try in front of you guys. I've heard so many good things about it, but I first originally saw Nikki Tutorial actually use this on her channel, and for whatever reason it felt a little bit more glowy on her, so not sure what was that all about. All right, so I like this as a primer, and I like the fact that it has a little bit of glow to it, but it's not that extreme that I thought it was gonna be. So the foundation I quickly want to let you guys know that I will be using is L'Oreal Paris 24-Hour Foundation. The shade I have here is 106 Sun Beige. Before I apply that, I definitely want to go ahead and correct my skin. For that, I'm going to go ahead and take my Amazing Concealer Corrector, and the shade I have here is medium to deep. I always wonder where this black stuff is coming from because it does transfer sometimes onto my skin. So the packaging right here has a black shade around it, and it's actually coming off. Now that's not very nice, to be honest with you, because it can definitely ruin a good makeup day. So I didn't catch it last time, but I definitely caught it this time. Look how nicely that corrected though. So the packaging sucks because of that black coming off. Otherwise it is a good product. I'm going to go ahead and quickly fast forward all of this foundation application and stuff for you guys because you already know how I do it, just to save us some time and make this video very short and sweet and about nothing but profusion. The concealer I'm going to take today is the Tarte Cosmetics Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Concealer in Medium Neutral is the shade I have over here, you guys. OMG, you guys, I totally forgot to turn this light on. I am so sorry about that. I totally forgot to turn this light on. To set my under eyes, I'm going to go ahead and take the RCMA translucent powder, and I'm going to go ahead and go with a Morphe brush. OMG, you guys. I forgot to turn on the light today, and the next thing I forgot is actually to use this palette, and I still somehow managed to forget it. OMG, I'm so upset. So I'm just gonna go ahead, and I've only set the under eyes as you guys saw. I'm gonna go ahead and use the at least contour side and make that work somehow. I am so sorry, you guys. One of those days, you know, could have corrected with that. I could have used these highlights. I am so sorry about that. I'm so sorry. And take the shade called Golden to actually bronze, and then to create more depth on my face, I'm going to take the color called Toffee as well. So I will actually be giving both of these shades try to contour my skin. So this is what the bronzy shade looks like. It's not too dark. Okay, this may contour a little bit for me. So I'm going to go ahead and take that over the other golden shade as well. Take that along my jawline as well. Okay, it's blending pretty nice. I didn't have to work that hard. So let's go ahead and see over here. As you guys see, it blends very nice, and my contour actually looks very natural and very pretty. To set my contour, I'm going to go ahead and take a powder that is actually a little bit more darker for my skin, so pretty much like a contour powder. This one is Medium Tan Sand. I actually really did myself wrong purchasing this color, thinking this would match me. Now I use it to set my contour, and that works out just fine. And take the Profusion Contour Makeup Case. So this is what that looks like, and there goes the brush. Alright, you guys, so this is what the brush looks like that you get in the kit. So I'm going to go ahead and contour with that as well. So I will take my Morphe brush again, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this lighter shade over here and actually brighten my under eyes and see how that works. It's a little bit too light for me. Go ahead and take a small blending brush. This is a BH Cosmetics blending brush, you guys, and I one right over here has a little bit more warmth to it. I'm just gonna go ahead and contour my nose with that. Wow, you guys, this contour looks very good. I don't like a harsh contour. If you're new to my channel, do know that I don't like one of those really skinnified nose, you know. So when it comes to contour, this is the most you'll see me do. Guys, before I forget, okay, I'm gonna go and take the Profusion blush and bronze. This is something that I was really excited for, and it has 2 shades of bronzer for you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that, and it also comes with a skinny and longer brush. I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze with a regular bronzing brush. I'm gonna go ahead and mix both of these shades because I feel like they both are perfect for my skin. They may be a little light, but they make bronze perfect. Ooh. Okay, and this bronzer is really coming out so good and so pigmented, and it's blending really nicely. Okay, wow, this is a beautiful bronzing palette, you guys. I'm liking this bronzer. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the contour palette, and I want to go ahead and contour using the deep shade in here. And for that, I will take the same brush that actually come within this palette. Because of the perfect size, I feel like it's gonna contour really beautifully. It may be a little bit more of a hassle to use this brush, but I'm gonna give it a try because it comes within the palette and I like to make things work for me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and flip it on the sideways to blend it. Okay, not bad. The contour and the brush, so it did the job. That's all that matters, right? So I find it very good contour palette, to be honest with you guys. Alright, you guys, so that's pretty much is it for the contour palette. There is a highlight in there, but I have actually purchased a Profusion highlight palette individually, so I want to give this a try. In the end, I will be doing a swatches for all of the shades in every single palette that I have here from Profusion, so you will actually get to see every single shade in action. So again, going back to the blush and bronze palette, I actually like all of these blushes. This one, right, these two are very natural blush, and these are more on the pink tones, and these kind of shades I never really can like them on my skin tone, so I'm gonna skip that one. It may never be used unless eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take these 2 shades. I'm gonna mix them together because one being matte and one has a little bit of glow to it, so otherwise they actually look the same. So I'm gonna take both of these shades together. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this. Alright, you guys, so I'm liking this. As you guys see, it is little product is all you need, and it is super pigmented, and I'm just gonna go ahead and done blending that. For the lips, I've been wanting to try a metallic lip color, and that's what I'm gonna go with. It also comes with a Profusion matte lip liner, and I'm gonna try that on. It smells good, by the way, very sweet. As you guys saw, it was a very easy lip liner. It was easy to apply because it is very creamy and moisturizing. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and take the Profusion Matte Lip Cream. I'm going to save the matte cream lipstick for some other time, you guys, as I'm really drawn towards this one. Alright, you guys, so that's what the lip looks like. I feel like it's a little blotchy, but I may want to wait to let you guys know of that because it may dry to just that perfect level. It's still wet and moisturizing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wait for that, and let's move on to the eyes. So you guys, for the eyes, I have Profusion Ember Eyes Eyeshadow Makeup Case. I believe there was one more choice in this, and this is what the palette looks like. One thing I really like about this eyeshadow palette is that you get a blending brush, which is an awesome quality synthetic brush, and then you have a synthetic flat brush over here, which I love using for a pigmented eyeshadow. It reminds me of, again, Urban Decay Naked palettes. Other palette I have here is the Profusion Sultry 24 shade eyeshadow palette and brush. So this is the color choices right over here, you guys. Okay, my lip has dried, you guys. They're a little bit sticky, not too much, not to the point where I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna take it off. So I'm okay with that, but I feel like it's not as pigmented because I can still see the liners. And prep my eyes using my Cosmetic Soft Ochre. I'm gonna go and apply that all over my lid and then blend it up with a Real Technique Deluxe brush. And then I'm gonna go and set it with a matte shadow like I always do, and I'll be right back. Also set it using these 2 shades right over here. I always love the fact whenever I have a matte shade within the palette that I can use to actually set all over my eyelids. It's just always one less thing to worry about. I actually took out both of the brushes from the palettes, and I'm actually going to use these 2 brushes today only, and that is what I'm going to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually take the Ember Eyes palette, and I will be taking the shade called Outgoing, which is this one right over here, and I'm going to go ahead and put that into my crease. not bad, you guys. I am liking this. To highlight my brow bone, I'm going to go ahead and take this shade right over here called Gleam. I'm just going to go and take that onto the other side of the brush and highlight my brow bone. I don't know why, but I feel like this palette has a little hint of cinnamon into it. I am liking that. So, okay. All right, going back with the outgoing again, I'm going to go ahead and create a little bit more depth and color into the crease. And as you guys can see, it is definitely buildable because it looks already better than what it was before. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and take the next shade right next to it, which is called Fearless, which is a deeper tone of an orange color. Oh my God. I'm going to go ahead and take the shade called Risky from the Sultry Palette. I'm going to go ahead and take that onto the very same brush. Holy smokes. Alright, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and take the NYX Cosmetics Jumbo Eye Pencil. This one right here is 608 Cottage Cheese. It is more like a white, but it has some sort of like sheen and shimmer to it. So, and that's what that looks like. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that and actually do a cut crease again. I know. You can definitely opt in to apply your shadow just right on top of what you've got going on. I just feel like it enhances the beauty of eyeshadows a lot more whenever you actually have a more of a cream base instead of a matte base, which is what I have because I set it. I'm going to go ahead and blend it and create an even surface for us to work with. And guys, so I was super confused if I wanted to go ahead and do a green eye or a purple like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it simple and do a green and feel all festive. So I will take the very same brush that we just blended our eyeshadow base or the jumbo pencil with. I'm just gonna go ahead and dive in. It's called Jealous. I will take that really good. That is pretty. You guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take the color called Bewitched. Okay, to marry them into one another, I'm just going to go in with my fingers and see, nope, that's just messing it up. I'm going to go ahead and go with the green and just bring that into the purple a little bit. I did not add any color on whatsoever. Go ahead and take the shade called Devoted, and which is a little bit more on the pink side. I don't know how that's going to go, but we'll see. We'll take the shade called Wonder over here. Go ahead and take that onto one of the blending brush. You guys, I'm listening to Shashi Kapoor right now on 7 and I am so much in that romantic mode. I loved him so much. This was one of my dreams to actually meet him, and it's definitely not going to happen now. The Cosmetics Swimmable Eye Pencil. You guys knew that was coming as soon as I say black waterline. Yep. So I'm going to go and take that into my waterline. Shade called Nightlife, which is a black matte shadow from this, and tap that right along my lower lash line. It's more of a smoky look for me always, so oh my god, this looks very sexy. Not sure how it actually looks on the camera, but it is looking so good right now. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply an inner corner highlights. I'm gonna go ahead and color called Excited from this palette, which I'm very excited for. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that into my inner corner. I'm gonna take that to my lower lash as well. How pretty is that? I only applied it along my lash line. As you guys can see, it is very pigmented. It is super black. I still feel wet, so it definitely takes its time to dry up. Alright, you guys, so the bronzer, I feel like it has oxidized just a little bit on me. So I'm just going to go back with the blush and bronzer palette and apply a little bit more bronzer. The lights are definitely not helping either, so Alright you guys, so now is the time to highlight, and for that I'm going to go ahead and take the Profusion Highlight Palette. I will take that on a smallest highlight brush that I possibly own. This is the Morphe brush and I've really been loving using that. This is what the highlight palette you look like, you guys. So I'm kind of digging this jolly color right over here, and I may mix a little bit of dreamy on top depending on how pigmented it is and if I want that extra, you know, oomph. You guys, so that's pretty much is it. I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair like I always do, and I'll be right back. Alright you guys, so this pretty much is the finished look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I just created a little bit of volume into my hair and just part them sideways. To update you guys that I did went ahead and actually applied like 2 more coats of this lipstick to make it more pigmented, and actually this I like this way because I feel like the more I layered, the more pigmented it got and actually looked very, very metallic. First when I applied this, it was looking a little bit blotchy, but it looks very, very beautiful at the moment. This is my very first time applying a metallic lipstick, so I am digging it so far, so I may start investing in metallic lipstick from now on. That's what that is. So I am really liking this lipstick. As far as kiss proof, definitely you guys, it did not budge at all. It is a little bit more on the drier side now. It was more moisturizing to begin with, but the more layers I applied, it got into a little bit more on the dry side. So if you guys don't like that dry feeling, that cakey feeling, because that's kind of what I feel. The eyeshadow palettes, you guys, they are super pigmented. They're easy to blend into one another. They were not blotchy at all. The pigmentation is very, very, very good. The price on these palettes are so good. Like, this is very affordable makeup, you guys. Makeup not only for yourself, if you want to give somebody, this is not going to hurt your budget. This is not going to hurt your pocket, and it's still going to look all high glam. Like if I were to hold a Fenty Beauty palette or any other palette alongside my face and then say, can you tell which one of these palette I actually used? You probably won't be able to tell. This highlight palette is bomb as well. I really liked applying that. However, I didn't get a chance to actually use the concealer palette all throughout. Like, I really was wanting to use all 6 shades, and I only got an opportunity to use these 2 shades. Thanks to the drugs I'm on, I have been very forgetful lately. Video. And this one right here is the contour shade. I like everything about this palette. It's just I don't like opening it. This part right here actually gets stuck. So I don't know how I like about that. But to be honest with you, for the price that I paid, I believe these palettes right here were $5 if I'm not mistaken. So I definitely can live with this. So that's that. The contour, you guys can see how beautiful the contour looks. The bronzer itself was super pigmented and super blendable. Like, it is so beautiful. It looks natural, not cakey at all, not blushy at all. And the under eye highlight actually got the job done too. So I really like the contour palette as well. I feel like my ears are gosh. So the blush and bronzer, I did use all of the bronzers from this palette and then the contour shade from this palette. And this highlight that I thought I wouldn't be able to use, I feel like it layering right on top of my bronzer, it just looked so good. It just brought that glow into my bronzing. And then the blush, these 2 are very, very my skin tone kind of blush, so I would probably use them maybe whenever I'm doing no makeup day. But other than that, the blushes are definitely pigmented, but these just didn't show up that much on my face because I have other products that were definitely not helping. And then the rest of the blush are very beautiful. This color I'm personally not fond of, but may work for one of you guys. So that's what that palette looks like. The Sultry Palette, however, there was one more palette that was more of an earthy tone. My friend actually purchased that instead. So this one right here is the Sultry Palette. She did offer me if I wanted to include that in here, but I was like, no, it's okay. So this is what the Sultry Palette looked like. You guys, the pigmentation is so good, and I am so happy that I went with green, something different. So I've got pop of color on top of my eyelid, and then I went with the golden shade onto my lower lid and then inner corner. It just looks so much beautiful beautiful. And I feel like this lippy goes so good. It really finishes off the look and make it that much more special. So that's what that is, you guys. If you guys are wondering what kind of lashes you have on, I wanted something lengthy and wispy, but I still want to be able to show my makeup. So I am wearing, this is BH Cosmetics D301, you guys. These are very affordable lashes. They're not very plastic feel, so they are actually very fox, you know, they're very wispies, like natural looking lashes. I would definitely have you guys recommend this. I would definitely recommend this. Look into this, guys. It is very affordable lashes. So that's what that is, you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So let's go ahead and do the swatches. So the first palette I'm going to be swatching is the contour palette from Profusion. I paid about $5 for this. I will have them onto my bare skin like I always do. So for those who are new to my channel, I definitely want to let you guys know how I like to do swatches on any new product that I'm sharing and doing my first impression review for you guys. I like to do them onto my bare skin just so I can show you the true pigmentation of that, because I feel like with the help of the other items like your eyeshadow base and some other jumbo pencils and stuff like that, definitely is going to enhance the pigment that much more. So when you see the true pigmentation of any product, you know that product's going to be a good product for you, and it's so that product's going to be definitely pigmented and work for you. So this right here is actually the contour swatch, and as you guys can see, it is very pigmented. This highlight may or may not work for me because I feel like it is going to be very, very light for me. It is bright, definitely. The under eye brightener is definitely a very good. I felt like at first that it was going to be very, very pale for me, but it actually worked out just fine, as you guys can see. And this is your light contour shade, medium contour, and I really like about this contour palette that not only it is a drugstore brand, it is affordable, but also that they were keeping everybody in mind when it came to contour. They have all available for you. I pretty much used all three contour shades to contour my skin today. You can definitely opt in for whichever one works better for you. So that's what that is. Another thing I like about this, it comes with a small brush that I am okay to use but not huge fan of. Like whenever I am lacking or I forget to pack a brush or two, I would definitely opt in for this, but otherwise no. It also has a decent sized mirror for you guys as well, which you saw that I used throughout this video. So the next palette swatches I will be sharing with you guys is the Profusion Highlight Makeup Case, and that's what that is. It also gives you a little bit of how-tos in the back as well if you guys are interested in. It also comes with one of those small brushes that I, for the highlight reason, I thought it may work for me, but I actually don't like it. So again, that's something you definitely don't have to use. You can definitely opt in for any brushes in your case. But this is what the swatches look like. Look how pretty are these swatches. And this shade right here is actually called Dreamy, which I layered on top of the other shade, which is actually called Jolly. So I originally went with Jolly first, which actually looked just like my skin tone. It wasn't giving me all that oomph. So then I layered that with the Dreamy, and that worked out just fine. But look at the pigmentation, you guys. Again, it is on my bare hand, no product on whatsoever, no primer, no lotion, no nothing. So this is what the original formula looks like. Alright, you guys, so the next palette I am sharing the swatches from is actually the Profusion Ember Eyes. This is their eyeshadow makeup case, and you do get your how-tos on the back as well if you guys need a little bit of assistance with that. And this palette is easy to open, not like my contour kit, but this is what the palette looks like. It also comes with one of those good-looking brushes that you saw that I actually used all throughout the videos. I didn't go for my Sigma brushes other than that one skinny blending brush that I feel like I have to have that just so I can control as to where I am placing the product. So this is a very good brush. So if you guys are interested in this palette, like this is just the bonus. That's how I look at it. This is what the swatches look like, you guys. As you guys can see, you have your matte shade, then you have your two highlight shade. This right here is your transition shade right over here. These four right here are your transition shade. This is a very beautiful metallic shade. It may or may not actually get a little bit more pigmented once you apply it with a Fix Plus, but like I told you guys, this is just swatches on my bare skin, and then you have your more matte shades in this palette. This is definitely a travel friendly palette, and this is definitely your more of a daily use palette. That's what that looks like. Alright, you guys, so this is what the first row of Sultry Palette looks like, and as you guys can see, this is definitely very pigmented and opaque. They are definitely looking beautiful onto a bare skin, so just adding a little bit of Fix Plus can take them to definitely a next level. Alright, you guys, so these right here is the second row of swatches. Oh my gosh, you guys, the pigmentation on this palette is just beautiful. Probably the most pigmented drugstore palette I have personally ever seen. However, the only thing I can tell you that I don't like about this palette is like I have just cleaned them with my baby wipe, but I still see swatches on my hand. Like, what's the dealio with that? Like, why are they not coming off? So this is the only thing I am having issue with right now, is that eyeshadow is supposed to come off. I can totally understand lip swatch or a lipstick being, you know, a little bit more of that pigmented where it doesn't come off. But eyeshadow, this is the first time I'm running into this issue. Alright you guys, so this right here is the last row of eyeshadows from the Sultry Palette. The pigmentation again is beautiful. This shadow, however, is so gorgeous. I feel like I should have incorporated that. But look at the pigmentation. Other than that, this palette is definitely beautiful. It did swatch good. It did have that pigmentation we all looking for a affordable palette. Alright you guys, so this right here is the blush and bronzer for you. Look at the pigmentation of this highlight. Only shade I had issue with was the purple one that I actually was afraid to use on my skin. This right here felt a little bit chalky, not too much, just a little chalky. But other than that, everything else felt very silky and smooth, easy to blend and stuff like that. So that's what that is. Alright you guys, so this right here is the cream and contour palette. You guys, upon swatching, I felt like these concealers are not as pigmented as I thought they would be looking at the eyeshadow collection, because we all want the coverage from concealers. Like foundation, fine, we can cover things up with the concealer, but if the concealer lack pigmentation, that is where we're doomed. I definitely cannot wait to try the concealers, which I totally forgot to do that again, you guys. I'm so bummed about that. Like, I really wanted to. I personally wanted to. So they don't look that pigmented to me upon swatch, but it may change once I apply it onto the face, because story can be a little bit different when it comes to the applying on the face or swatching things. So, but however, this is the contour and the bronzer shade that I did apply onto my face. That's washed and blended beautifully. The only thing that is concerning me is these three highlighted shade. Even the peach corrector actually swatched really good. I feel like these three shade I'm really concerned about. But looking at the price, to be honest with you, I wouldn't mind buying this palette just for these three shades right over here if these shades don't work out for me. Alright you guys, so my last collection that I purchased from Profusion is actually their lip collection. This one right here is the Profusion Metallic Matte Lip Cream. This one is in Matte Cocoa, which is what I have onto my lips. This one right here is Profusion Matte Lip Cream in Matte Cocoa, and then you have your matte lip liner in Cocoa Charm, which looks like this. These are beautiful shades, by the way. This is what these swatches look like. The Matte Lip Cream, again, you definitely want to layer that. 2 to 3 layer is what I'm asking, because otherwise it will be a little blotchy. As you guys can see, this right here is like 1 to 2 swatch, and this right over here is 3 to 4 swatch. It definitely is change of color. It may also change the color once it dries down. This right here is the matte lip cream. These lip products don't dry right away. It takes its time, so do know that. So upon swatching, upon application, it may be a little bit moisturizing, but once it dries out, it does make you feel that very dry lip feeling. Then this right here is the lip liner. This is one thing that I do not like. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I like dry and matte lip liners because I know that they will last me longer. As you guys can see, even the lead broke, because that is how moisturizing this is. It is a good lip liner for, you know, your daily basis. I wouldn't call it a lip liner. I may just use it as like all over lip color and then apply maybe a lip gloss or something on top of that. I may use it as a lip color, but that's what that is, because I want my lip liners to be matte, just so they can make my lipstick last longer, just so they individually, personally, they last longer. So that's what that is. So this pretty much is all my Profusion collection that I purchased from my own money. Do want to let you guys know this video is not sponsored and these products were not sent out. Alright you guys, so this pretty much is it for today's video tutorial review and first impression. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Enjoyed this video, and if you want me to keep on making videos like this, then definitely give me a thumbs up, and that is the only way I can know. And also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit the circle to your right so you can subscribe and be part of my Dilse family. And other than that, if you have any questions, suggestions, leave them down in the comment box below. Other than that, I love you guys, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye bye.